welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fun beauty video. I always love filming beauty videos. I don't do it super often, but I want to get more in the swing of doing makeup videos more often here on my YouTube channel. If you're not already, subscribe down below so you don't miss videos just like this one. I do fashion, beauty, lifestyle content weekly here on my channel. Today I'm just going to be testing out a bunch of new products that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. So some of those products include the Patrick Ta blush and bronzer duos. We have the Huda Beauty chocolate brown palette. We have the Tatcha silk powder. We have Gucci lips. We have Patrick Star one size primer. Like, we have a ton of stuff to test out today. Ooh, and the Nars soft matte foundation. I know all of you guys love hearing opinions about new foundations on the market. So anyways, we have a lot to talk about today. I'm gonna be testing it all out on my face, doing this makeup look that I have on right here. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look and hearing all of my opinions about these new products, then definitely keep on watching. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up so I know, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any videos like this one. I'm gonna put my Instagram right here if you guys are interested in following me over there for more like day-to-day content. And as always, everything will be linked below if you are interested. Let's just go ahead and dive in. I'm really excited about sharing these products with you, and I know you guys are gonna love them too. I'm gonna start with a primer, and the primer I'm going to be testing out today is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. I've not tried this before. Some of these products I have tried once, and some of them I've tried not at all, and this is one I've not tried yet, so I'm really excited to. It's a little thicker than I expected, to be honest. Feels really nice, you guys. I mentioned in my Sephora haul video that I thought this would be similar to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, so I guess I was expecting it to feel like that, but it's actually a lot softer. It's kind of like a mix between like a silicone-based primer and like a gel. I kind of like that. I mean, we'll have to see, of course, how it wears under my makeup and if it helps my makeup like stay on all day, but just immediately, like first impression, I do really like this. It's supposed to be like an ultra blurring, pore refining primer, and I do think that it did that pretty well. I mean, you guys can let me know what you think down below as well, but I feel like it was pretty blurring for the most part. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. I have tried this once and I really loved it. So I got mine in the shade Fiji Light 5, and I'm using this Sonia Kashuk brush that I just picked up like not too long ago. Just get a little bit of this on the back of my hand. I will say this is definitely a shade that is going to be best for me only when I'm self-tanned, and my self-tan is fading a little bit right now, so this could be a little tiny bit dark for me. It is very buildable. Like, if you wanted it to not be as full coverage, I feel like you could get away with just doing like a really light layer, but if you want it to be a little bit more full coverage like I do, then you can kind of keep going over the areas that you want a little bit more coverage. It doesn't end up getting cakey or anything like that. And if you are new here, I like using a brush for foundation just because I like a fuller coverage look. I just like the application better. I feel like it's more full coverage. I feel like it stays better from my personal experience. All right, so here is kind of like our first layer, but now I'm just gonna go back and add like just a tiny bit to my cheeks because this is where I get the most redness, and like maybe even a little bit to my chin. So here is the layer of foundation. I mean, overall, I really like it. Honestly, when I first used it, I, at this point, was kind of like, okay, like it's all right. Like it's, you know, it's pretty full coverage, but we'll have to see. But the way it wore throughout the day was really what did me in on it. I loved it. So yeah, super impressed with this. I am so happy because I love foundations so much, but it's super hard for me to find one that I like because I am really picky. So I was super excited about this. This is my first like newer foundation that I've tried in a really long time that I absolutely love. If you like a matte finish that can be full coverage but still isn't too heavy or cakey, then that is a really good one for you to try. Next, I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Concealer slash Foundation. They marketed this to be either or. You can use it as a foundation or a concealer. I've only been using it as a concealer. I used it once already and it was pretty good. It's definitely more of a medium coverage concealer, and I have not tried this concealer with this foundation. When I used this foundation before, I used one of my full coverage concealers, so we'll have to see how this wears over it or how they wear together, because to me, concealer is a huge part of my makeup routine, like the way my face looks. But this one is a little bit lighter, so it's probably good because it'll kind of lighten up my face a little bit. This one is in the shade Light 150. I don't wet my beauty blenders, you guys, because I only use them for concealer. It gives me a little bit more of like a full coverage look if I just use it as is. I know that's like super weird, but that's what I do. So I mean, as you can see down here, the concealer is definitely more of a medium coverage. You can still see like a little bit of texture down there on my chin, whereas with the Hourglass or the Shape Tape, that would have probably been completely covered. Like I said, I've only used this concealer once, but one thing that I didn't love about it is that I kind of felt like it like sunk into the circles under my eyes rather than kind of filled them. But like I said, I've only used it once and I felt like once I put powder over top of it, it was a little bit better. All right, so now that I'm looking a little bit scary, it's time to go in with powder. And I am going to be testing the Tatcha Silk Powder. Heard a lot of bloggers and just different people saying that they did not like this because it had like radiance, but a lot of you guys said that you had seen people rave about it. So I'm excited to try this out. So that is what it looks like. I really do like the packaging of this. I think it's really unique for a powder. All right, so first I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush like this and just put this right under my eyes. All right, I'm gonna take my big fluffy powder brush now and just dive more into the entire face. It's really soft on the face, I'll tell you that, which is nice because that means it pairs well over top of my liquid products, which is super important because I've had some powders in the past like break everything up that I just put on my face, which is so not ideal. First impressions, applying this, it feels really nice on my skin actually. So I don't really notice a significant amount of radiance like other people said. I find that it is fairly matte. I mean, yes, I do have some other powders that are way more matte, but I don't mind this. I will say it did leave me just slightly patchy, literally just like right here. Let me see if I can kind of go patch it up by just patting. So I was able to kind of like patch that little area up. But other than that, I mean, yeah. Is this as full coverage as I normally go? No, that's just the combination of the foundation, concealer, and the powder. I think all three of those, in my opinion, give me still somewhat of like a medium coverage look. Mostly under my eyes and my chin is the main difference I'm seeing. But like I said, I don't think it's the foundation because I have used that with my fuller coverage concealers and I think that pairs really nicely. I think it's just I'm not used to the medium coverage concealer, and I would say that this is more of a on the dewy side of powders rather than the super matte locking powders, and I think I'm just not used to that as well. It just doesn't look as matte as I normally look, but I'm not gonna do anything different because I want to just see how this turns out. I do think it's pretty. I look kind of glowy already. Like if you see my cheeks, I have like no highlighter on or anything, but I still feel like I look a little bit glowy, and I have to think that that is from the powder somewhat, which is kind of cool, especially for summertime. So I do think I'm going to like this. I will definitely use it up. Now for brows, I am going to go in with the Huda Beauty brow pencil. This one is the micro shade brow pencil. I got mine in the shade Black Brown. Now I have been using this for a while now. I picked this up before the sale started and I've really been liking it. So I thought I would use this today, and then I have a couple of gels I want to try out and talk to you guys about afterwards. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys this brow pencil in action possibly because it is super, super thin, and I think you would love it. So I usually just take this and line the bottom of my brows first. And then because this one is so thin, I like to use it on the inner parts of my brow to create those hair-like strokes. All right, so now that my brow is like mostly filled in, I'm gonna leave it alone for right now because like I said, we do have a couple of other products I want to test out, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do the other one. Okay, so now I wanna test out these Cos Brow Gels. I actually have tried both of these. I've tried the tinted one more than the clear one, so I guess I'm gonna go in with the tinted one. I don't know, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna go in super heavy because I already filled in my brows, obviously, but I used this on a day I didn't even use a brow pencil, which is exactly what I wanted this for. There are some days when I just don't feel like filling in my brows, and it looked incredible, so I'm really excited about this. It's a lot more pigmented and thicker than the Gimme Brow, which is exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, I'll do this one over here, but I mean, you can already see like it's just very pigmented, which I love. Absolutely love it without filling in your brows. It is just perfect for something like that. That is the tinted one. I love it. You definitely got to check it out if you just want something to lightly throw in your brows on days when you don't want to do them. Now let's go in with the clear one. I did try this like super briefly. I don't even know if I was wearing makeup, and honestly I wasn't super impressed because this gives the idea that it's supposed to be a laminating effect, and I just did not feel like it did that. I don't know, I just feel like the brush itself doesn't pick up a lot of product, but that's just me. I really want to try out the Anastasia Brow Freeze because I feel like that's gonna give you more of like the laminated effect, but to me, this is just like any other clear brow gel. I kind of like my hairs to stand up right here and then lay a little bit more flat in the back like that. So I think my brows are done. I really like the tinted one. I feel like it is a unique product on the market because most other tinted brow gels are just like not pigmented at all, and it's not even like a brow gel. So I really do like this one, but this one, I kind of feel like it's just like any other clear brow gel. Now let's move on to eyes. I am going to be testing a new eyeshadow palette, and that is the Huda Beauty Chocolate Brown palette. So I have not even dived into this at all, so I'm super excited to use it. Let me just go in with this like lightest color just to see how deep it is. I'm gonna mix these two and take that in my crease. All right, so I mixed those two for a pretty intense like crease transition shade. Just going to blend that out like right underneath my brow bone. So I think I'm gonna go in just with this deeper like caramel right here in the outer corner and kind of the outer crease. Honestly, you guys, I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't really have this issue with many eyeshadow palettes. Like the pigmentation is obviously really good, but it's a little bit patchy. Like I'm not sure why, but I'm having just like a tiny bit of trouble blending these as easily as I do some of my other eyeshadow palettes. There will be areas that the eyeshadow just doesn't want to blend in, and then I'll have to go and kind of pack it in. I usually just don't have this issue, so that leads me to believe it is the eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do now, we're already like pretty smoky, so I'm gonna take this darker shade. It has a little bit of like red flecks in it, which that's kind of what I'm interested in, and I'm gonna kind of try to put it along the lash line but blend it out and kind of make it look a little smoky. All right, so I kind of ended up blending that like up the lid, but I still stand by what I say, like the eyeshadows are just weird. I'm just using that first brush without dipping back into any shadows to, at this point, just kind of try and blend everything out. And then I'm gonna go in with one of the lighter shimmers, probably this one down here, to just see if we can honestly try to save this. I'm going to get a wet brush and just take it all over the lid to just, like I said, kind of revamp the look. I might even dip into this product, which is a pigment from Milk Makeup. Might even see what this is about if I can. But I even swatched it on the back of my hand to see if I was being crazy. And I mean, it even looks like patchy kind of back there, you know? And that was a pretty intense swatch. So I don't know what's going on with these shadows. They're honestly not my favorite from Huda Beauty. So just wet my eyeshadow brush going in with this one down there. I mean, even that shimmer is just very mild, to me. Before I forget, I'm gonna take that darker shade and put it underneath my lower lash line. All right, and while I'm at it, I'm just going to sweep away some of the fallout. All right, so I'm gonna continue to play around with this, but so far, just based on my other eyeshadow palettes that I've tested out, especially even from Huda Beauty, this one, I just don't think it's my favorite. I just really had to work a lot harder than I usually do with her eyeshadows or any other eyeshadows like Urban Decay, Natasha Denona, Tarte even. I mean, so many others. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I guess it kind of makes sense because a couple of you told me when I showed this in my haul video or my wish list, a couple of you said that a few other people hadn't liked those as much either. So guess I'm not surprised, but I do kind of want to go in with this Milk Makeup Pigment. It's like a chalk. I don't know how you're even supposed to use this. So I'm just gonna like wet this brush and like take this on the tip and see what happens. I mean, it's pretty. It's like nothing I've seen before. It's a little bit silverish, which I wasn't expecting. So I feel like this doesn't like super match the look that I did, but that's okay. I still wanted to just try it out, but I really like this actually. It looks a lot better on this eye than it does my right eye. Do you guys have that, like days like that where just things cooperate on one eye but not the other? Very annoying, but that's kind of what happened. But I like that a lot. It's really pretty. It's definitely different than what I expected. I expected it to be like super metallic and shimmery, which it is metallic. It's like a lot softer than I was expecting, I guess. So very interesting concept from Milk Makeup, but I kind of like it. And I'm kind of tired of doing my eyes, so let's move on to something else. So I'm quickly going to brush out my lashes, apply eyeliner and mascara to my bottom lashes, and I'm gonna do that off camera because it's not anything new. All right, so now that we have the eyes done, I'm going to move on to some sort of contour, and for that I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta bronzer duo with the cream bronzer and the powder bronzer. I'm super excited about this. I have not tried this at all yet, so I'm stoked. So I'm going to start with the cream bronzer. What I was thinking for this product is that I would kind of layer them, like do the cream bronzer and then kind of set it with the powder. So that's what I'm gonna try to do today. We will see if that works. I don't know, if you guys have this product, let me know if you are planning to kind of layer them to do kind of like a cream and then set it with a powder, or if you're literally just using them as like separate bronzers. So I'm gonna just use this like angled brush that I like to use for cream bronzer. And I will say, you guys, I'm gonna probably be comparing this to the Nars Laguna Sunkissed cream bronzer. I've been obsessed with that, but immediately it's way lighter of a product than the Nars one, which I kind of like. It's buildable, you know, so that's not a bad thing at all because as you can see, you still get product. It's not like you're paying for nothing. It's just more buildable and way easy to work with. I mean, that's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yeah, so far I really like this. I think it's really, really pretty. Super easy to blend, just really gorgeous. So I'm gonna take some on my jawline, and I usually take some, you know, up my forehead. Notes about this: number one, incredibly easy to blend. Like I had like a little mess up. I just take the end of my brush and it blends right out. So that I love about it. It is buildable, which is nice. It has a good color. I really like the shade. It's not muddy, not orange. I do really like the cream one so far. For me personally, if I had to choose between this one and the Nars Sunkissed cream bronzer, which I know it's sold out at Sephora, I would probably still go with the Nars just because for me it's quicker because it does give more pigment right away. So I don't have to sit there and kind of build it up like I do with this one. But that's totally personal preference. Like I said, if you have lighter skin than me, you would probably like this one better. And this one is in the medium shade called She's Sculpted. All right, so I feel like that is good. Really, really pretty. Quickly, I just want to test out the powder one over top just to see what that does. So I'm just using this little brush. I will say I do think putting the powder over top helps you blend. Like if you did have any areas that were a little harder to blend, the powder does make it nice for that. And I'm actually going to take a bigger brush and just use only the powder bronzer and bring that more so down my neck. So I like this bronzer a lot. I mean, using it alone just on my neck and chest, you can tell that it does have that pigmentation that the cream bronzer does. I do really like it. Once again, it is buildable. It's not muddy, and I don't feel like it's too ashy either. Like if I did have anything to say about it, it's just that for me, sometimes it might be a little too buildable. You know, it's like you really got to go in and in and in with it sometimes, but I don't mind having products like that because they are so versatile. So yeah, overall, do really like this product. Totally going to use it. Next, let's go in with the Patrick Ta Cream and Powder Blush Duo. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think the shade I picked works that great with this eye look because I did pick a bright coral, but it does kind of match my shirt. But anyways, we're gonna just go with it. So I am just going to use a clean beauty blender. I'm going to dampen it a little bit, I believe, just with this, maybe like an e.l.f. coconut hydrating mist. So I did swatch this already. I really like it, but I'm just gonna go in with a beauty blender. You guys know I'm not a big cream blush person, but I feel like this is the best way to do it. It's with a beauty blender. All right, so I really love that, and I'm so surprised. Not to be dramatic, but like seriously, this is the best cream blush that I have tried, hands down, period, point blank. With that being said, it's not like I've tried a ton of cream blushes. I really haven't. I've only tried like the Tarte ones. I've tried the cream Rare Beauty ones and the liquid Rare Beauty blushes, but this, you guys, is my favorite. It is the most user-friendly because I'm not a cream product person. I did not know where to start when I first got cream blushes because I'm like, I just felt like I kept looking like a clown. Even if I would apply it with a beauty blender, I just did not know really what to do. So this one gives me the ability to work it in as I please. I'm excited about this a lot. Now let's just go in and just see if we can set it with the powder one. Today I'm even gonna grab my Pat McGrath under eye powder. It's just like a white powder like this, and kind of just take this under the eyes. Really helps to kind of blend everything together. How many times can I say the word blend? Super beautiful blush, you guys. Love it. I think it's super glowy. Pigmented enough to where you definitely get the color, but it's not so pigmented that you can't work with it. So I'm totally obsessed with this. All right, we are getting down to the end. Next for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Janessa Myrick's highlight palette. This is in light work, and it just has 6 gigantic highlighters in here, so you are definitely getting your money's worth with this product. I mean, you get so many highlighters. Let's see which one would look best. I'm kind of thinking this one down here that's called Piece of Cake, so let's just go in with that. So over here, it's like, for whatever reason, applying a lot better. I must just have like some texture on that side of my face. So I kind of overdid it over here. I like it, whatever. A little on the nose. This is the thing about trying new products, is sometimes things get a little crazy, a little heavy. You know, you never know what's gonna happen, but I like these. I do think that depending on which one, they do kind of apply a little bit differently, because like I said, I used this one the other day, and then this one and this one, they just apply it a little bit differently, which, you know, is somewhat normal, so I don't really mind that. But as you can see, I mean, they do apply beautifully. This one is a little bit more blinding than the other one I tried, called Smooth Sailing. So this one is definitely a little bit more bam in your face, as you can see, but you also saw that they are really buildable. So overall, I would recommend this. I like this highlight palette a lot. I feel like you get a great variety. Like, no two colors in this are really identical. I mean, these two I would say would be the most similar, but even those are a little bit different. So I don't know. I think this is a really great highlight palette if you are looking for one. All right, you guys, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. The last thing as far as makeup goes is lips, and I am going to be using the Huda Beauty lip liner in Honey Beige. This is the Lip Contour 2.0. I have used this twice already, but I really like it. It is my favorite. I actually ordered 2 more of these before the sale was over. I like how it is just a twist up. Like, why is everyone not doing a twist up lip liner? Like, come on, it is 2020. 2021. Absolutely love the packaging of this, the colors, everything about it. Gorgeous. So yeah, just going to apply this lip liner. I kind of fill it in to my lips a little bit. Just find that this helps my lipstick stay on way longer. Beautiful color. Sometimes I'm like, do they make this shade in their lipstick? Because I need to go get it because I love this shade. And okay, so here's the thing about lip products. I got 3 lip products from the sale that I could try out. I don't really know if any of them look great with this look. I'm thinking maybe I'll do this Pat McGrath Liquilust lipstick. I don't want to do this one. It's a little too pinky, and it is the Nars like matte lip tint. So I don't know. I'm not going to use that one. The Gucci one I did try like once, like super briefly when it first came in. Maybe I'll just use this one. It is called the Rouge de Butte Brilliant Call It a Day. So these are more like lip balms in my opinion than anything. Like there's just not like a ton of pigment, and they are kind of glossy-ish. So yeah, I'll apply this. Basically, if you want something with like a lot of pigment that's like a actual lipstick, I probably would not get these because obviously anything from Gucci is a little bit more expensive, and you're just not getting like a ton of product. I feel like I'm gonna have to reapply this like multiple times throughout the day, and that's gonna be gone really quick when I paid a lot of money for it. But the packaging's really pretty. It's really heavy and nice, but yeah, I don't know. One more thing, setting spray. So this is the Ilia Blue Light Filter setting spray. I don't think I've used this before, so we'll just kind of test it out for how the spritzer works, stuff like that. Whoa, I feel like it made me like very dewy. It kind of smells weird. It smells like all natural, like, I don't know, it smells like kind of like grass or like, I don't know, something. But yeah, that is actually everything that I wanted to try out today. I mean, I liked that setting spray. I feel like it was nice. I liked basically everything that I tried. The standout products for me are definitely the foundation. Love the foundation. The Patrick Ta blush. Oh my goodness. Adore it. I really like the Cos Tinted Brow Gel. The Huda Beauty lip liners are fabulous. Totally obsessed with this. Those were definitely my standout products. As far as products I wouldn't necessarily spend the money on, honestly, you guys, I hate to say this because I've only used it once, so keep in mind this is a first impression, it's not a review, but the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes, I mean, I feel like my eyeshadow looks fine now, but it did take me a lot longer to blend these shadows for some reason, so I'm really not sure what that's about, and I just feel like you can get so many other amazing palettes, so I'm not sure about that one. The Gucci lipstick, it's okay, you know, same with the Cos Clear Brow Gel, it's okay, but it's nothing to write home about, you know? So anyways, hopefully this video was helpful. I love filming makeup videos. I could chat about it literally all day, as I'm sure you guys can tell. I hope that you guys enjoy my makeup videos as well. If you do, of course, give it a thumbs up so I know, and subscribe down below if you're not already. Let me know what was your favorite product down below. What do you think of the finished makeup look? What do you think of all these products? I'm interested to know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so, so much, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.